Trans people, speaking as a trans woman and predominantly to trans women, but I believe this extends to all trans individuals and all of my trans siblings, have oftentimes had to turn to alternative methods of income when it comes to survival. And due to this, we are often preyed upon by those that wish to exploit us because they recognize our marginalized identity and see how they can have a piece of power or control over us by offering some sort of respite or refuge from the world at large. That paired with the way that we are perpetually and constantly fetishized, particularly by those that also say they want to eradicate us, provides me with an interesting perspective moving forward, because as we continue to see our rights stripped away, I think we're going to also have to look back into history for methodology of resistance. And I have no idea what the end-all be-all is for us, but I am strongly, strongly advocating for those of us that are able to attain financial resources, financial stability, or anything akin to that from the demographic that has largely supported us under the table, conservative men who have always fetishized the trans woman. It's time to take that a step further and not only utilizing their funds to fund our transition, but no. I want to utilize those funds to go back into community building. I want to utilize those funds to definitively and actively resist the very regimes that these closeted conservatives are a part of. I want us to be able, as safely as we possibly can, to funnel the money of Republicans who cannot control their urges away from their party, away from their interests. And even if it's unbeknownst to them, even if it's nail money, even if it's hair money, if you know, you know, these funds are going to be donated back into our communities, back into mutual aid, back into helping those that sit at further intersections of marginalization, that are further afflicted by this current regime. I think it's time for us to have grand scale communication and plots and ploys of how, in a safe manner, we can utilize the currency of our very existence, which is forever going to be fetishized by the same people who are consumed enough with their own self-hatred to try to legislate our eradication in the public sphere while only putting us on a pedestal in the private sphere. It's time to take those funds out of their pocket and put that not only into our own survival, but into the survival of our sisters and our brothers and our siblings, and into the actual building of in-person community and mutual aid. I have no idea how this is going to look, but I just say, I think we need to be taking this a step further. If you're a dominatrix of the financial kind, you need to be forcing your subs, if they are of the conservative mindset of the very stereotypical demographic that we are all aware of, you need to make them read some theory. Yeah, you need to force, if they're going to be your sub, you need to force their funds to go directly towards the communities that they are reconciling their own fascination and hatred with. It's time to level up. It can't just be for manicures and rent anymore. It has to be for sustainable community and directly hitting the opposing party where it hurts, which is in the pockets. And we know, as unfortunate or fortunate as it may be, that in the same way that these conservatives, if they have enough funds, will always have the ability to send their daughters off for an abortion somewhere else, they will always have the ability to put money in the trans woman's pocket. And again, this is not just for trans women, but all of my trans siblings. So get that coin, stay safe, stay smart, but it's time to start investing. And even outside of the monetary gain of those that want to support us, where you should just be saying yes, and yes as often, as safely as you can, because who knows what the next 4 years are going to look like. It's time for us to level up and start actually using that to properly build steadfast, secure networks of connection and community, to get past these 4 years and beyond, and to utilize that very community to start to deconstruct the minds, the ignorance, and the bigotry of those that are still fascinated enough by us to want to contribute to our own survival. We're not surviving, we're thriving now. And we're going to be thriving more so using the dime of the oppressor during these oppressive times than ever before. take notes from history, brainstorm in my comments, follow more for more musings, and please, family, stay safe and beautiful. You know you are.